There are moments when the scaffolding of your soul begins to splinter, when the safe certainties you once stood on start to feel like sawdust slipping through your fingers. Faith, then, is not found in your Spotify worship playlist or the sticky platitudes printed on pastel mugs. Real faith, the gritty kind, the cruciform kind, is what you hold when everything else slips. It's easy to believe when the bank account is brimming, the body is strong, and the path is paved in peace. But when the job vanishes, the lover leaves, or the diagnosis hits like a sledgehammer to the solar plexus, what then? What do you stand on when the floor caves in? Psalm 46, 2-3 describes this precise chaos. Though the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, the psalmist doesn't flinch. He points not to escape, but to endurance. To stand when everything shakes requires more than stoicism. It demands a faith that is both stubborn and sacred, a spiritual defiance rooted in the character of God. Ephesians 6:13 calls it out plainly. Having done all, stand. No flourish, no frenzy, just steel-spined stillness. It is in this stillness that we meet the mysterious resolve of Christ in Gethsemane. Sweating blood, knees bent, heart breaking, yet he stands, not with weapons or wit, but with willful surrender to the Father. There is power in that posture, in knowing the pain ahead and proceeding anyway. That is the kind of faith that doesn't flinch. History is stitched together by men and women who were brought to the brink but chose to believe anyway. Consider Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who, amidst the unspeakable horrors of concentration camps, clung to meaning. He once wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." Though not Christian in confession, his life remains a cathedral of courage. Then there is Corrie ten Boom, the Dutch Christian who sheltered Jews during World War II. Imprisoned in Ravensbrück, she watched her sister die. She emerged not embittered, but emboldened by grace. "There is no pit so deep that God's love is not deeper still," she would later write. That's more than sentiment. That's standing. Modern faith, too, has its fighters. Consider Lecrae, the rapper who rose from addiction, trauma, and deep spiritual disillusionment, only to find a richer, rawer gospel. Or Bethany Hamilton, the surfer who lost her arm to a shark attack but kept slicing waves with the kind of courage that silences cynics. The world celebrates comebacks, but Scripture celebrates conviction. 2 Corinthians 4:8-9 sketches this paradox perfectly. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. The cadence of Paul's words is more than poetic. It's prophetic. Faith isn't naive optimism. It's not ignoring the tremors. It's knowing that the tremors don't have the final word. It is staring down the storm with a quiet kind of crazy that says, "Even if he doesn't, I still won't bow." Daniel 3:18. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't just survive the fire, they made it holy ground. Faith is less about feeling fearless and more about walking with weakness while refusing to sit down. It is the trembling step, the tearful prayer, the whispered, "Help me, Lord," at 3 a.m. Faith flinches, but it doesn't fall. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. It does not say they will never grow weary, but that when they do, they will be lifted. The eagle doesn't escape the wind, it rises on it. In a culture that idolizes comfort and recoils at resistance, the call to stand is a quiet revolution. It's not loud, it's not trending, but it's true. The saints of old were not superheroes. They were soldiers of surrender. Their scars became their sermons. This generation needs less curated religion and more crucified resolve. We need a theology that can take a punch, a spirituality that can sit in the ashes and still sing. There's something holy about holding your ground when you have every excuse to let go. Something sacred in the silence between the sobs where faith starts to whisper instead of shout. That whisper, that's where God dwells. Maybe the miracle isn't the rescue. Maybe it's the refusal to collapse, the ability to keep breathing, keep believing, to keep building on the rock while the sand erodes around you. So here's the truth. If you're still standing, you're still winning. Even if your stance is shaky, even if your knees buckle, even if all you can do is stay upright through tears. Heaven doesn't grade you on posture, it honors perseverance.
Smash that like button, drop a comment, and hit subscribe. Then check out Faith Mode, where premium streetwear meets gospel grit. faithmode.com.